right, welcome to the award-winning Ed Brown Show, and we have award-winning guests here. We have here Vita Ridgway, and she is the CEO of the Manifest Marketing and Media Company. Hey, tell us what about this Manifest? What is it about? You know, a lot of people, I understand. Tell us about this business of yours, dealing with college students.
Okay. Well, Manifest Media and Marketing is a media and marketing company. So basically, we produce media and we also do marketing. And our target market is African American college students. Manifest magazine is a magazine that I publish. And again, we target,
Congratulations.
thank you so much. And we target African American college school students and distribute to over 300 college campuses nationwide.
Is that all right? 300.
300, including 100 HBCUs. And a lot of people think because we target black college students that we only distribute on the campuses of HBCUs, but that's not true because black college students don't only attend HBCUs. But basically, if you have a school like, say, Temple University in Philly, which has about 40,000 students, and a good, 35–40% of those students are African American, so you would find us on that campus as well. And then, there's places like University of Maryland. So if the ratio is about 20% or more of African American students, will probably be there.
So you deal with approximately 20%,
If the ratio of that
ratio.
particular school, yes.
Right.
And although our primary target market is African American college students, we do cover, the whole gamut of ethnic concerns. So basically, anybody who picks up an issue of our magazine will find something of value in there. It's written from a perspective, say, like of a black college student. But if you're talking about, resume tips or interviewing tips, anybody could pick that up and find it useful information.
Well, you really need that. Tell us some of the projects and everything that you're dealing with now.
Okay. Well, we have a website. We're building a website. We're doing that out, and we have different, video and things like that we're doing, and we have students featured talking about everything. Like I said, from relationships to, resume building and all sorts of different things. But in addition to that, for instance, our next issue coming up is our music issue. And we have Brian Birdman Williams on the cover of that issue.
Is that the young man that we have displayed here?
No, this is our previous issue, and this is Common. And he's a rapper and an actor, and most of your audience should be familiar with him. He's very popular, been around, long-time veteran rapper, and he has been in a number of movies. But our music issue, when I was in Brian Birdman Williams, he is the CEO of Cash Money Records. And under their umbrella, they have Lil Wayne, Nicki Minaj, Drake, and a lot of other artists. But basically, they're the hottest property in music right now. All three of those acts are chart toppers. But in Manifest, as opposed to just talking about music and, what's hot and who has the hottest album or, who has the best or most expensive car, we also talk about other things with regard to music that students would be interested in. For instance, that particular story with him featured is called From the Streets to the Boardroom, and it talks about his rise from being a street kid to becoming a CEO of a company, and what he had to do to get there, the type of work ethic that he had to have, the attributes and qualities that he had to develop within himself to be able to deal in a corporate atmosphere with big record company executives. And then in addition to that, we have an article called The Business of Music, where we interview several different executives who work in the music industry in marketing and publishing and management and entertainment law and so on, and it kind of provides a roadmap for students who aspire to those
Yes, right.
positions in the music industry. So basically, if you can't rap, sing, or dance, but you still want to work in the music industry, there is a place for you. You just have to know, what to do and how to get there.
Well, there's one subject there that really interests me. That was entertainment law. Generally, when you say lawyer, you don't think of entertainment, but the job of the entertainment law is to prepare contracts or to
Yes.
just how do that
Basically, well, when you're dealing with music and entertainment, oftentimes you're dealing with intellectual property, which is intangible.
Right.
So you have to know how to protect that. If you write a song, you have to know how to protect that rights. You don't want somebody just
what's that
coming-
word, copyright?
You have to copyright it, but yes, and in this instance, you would have to, know about publishing. A lot of people don't know that the people who write the songs and own the publishing get paid forever. If you're an artist and you're just singing the song, whoever wrote that song is getting paid way longer than you are. So there are different organizations called, BMI and ASCAP, and they're performance rights organizations, and they manage all of that. So basically, every time a song gets played on the radio or in any public forum, the person who owns the publishing of the song gets paid.
Well, how do you manage that?
Well,
supposing I see a song and I want to play it before one of my programs or something like that. Is that I would have to pay for that?
Yes, technically you're supposed to license it. If it's something that is a money making venture.
If it's nonprofit, it's okay.
Well, there are certain rules and stuff like that, but those are the kind of things that you would need an entertainment lawyer for to help you navigate all of that.
Yeah, because that would be something, that is very sensitive too.
Exactly.
Because what happens if the person passes, does it pass, the rights pass on to their family, or how does that work?
Whoever they allotted it to would,
But they can't pass the rights.
For sure.
So that's
say like Nat King Cole, if his wife and his family owns his publishing.
That's why in the movies so much you have these reruns. And you have these different
that's
shows.
called syndication. And so the unfortunate thing for lots of African American is that we weren't privy to all of that information back then. So a lot of people were satisfied with just being on TV and getting a check for showing up or whatever, not realizing that you were or could, if you had a good lawyer who could negotiate a good deal for you, get paid forever. So when you see things like Red Fox,
Red Fox,
right, who died broke, it's because he didn't have a good lawyer to negotiate a good deal for him so that he could get paid good residual income, because every time those shows rerun on TV, somebody is getting paid. Unfortunately, oftentimes it's not the talent.
The talent. Oh, so that's the way that works then. So your organization, you provide this education for people in the business.
Well, we provide education basically in this issue, in our music issue. We were providing information to students for different careers that they can aspire to. Say, for instance, if I can't, like I said, rap, sing or dance or act, but I am interested in the entertainment business and I want to work in music or I want to work in movies, there are other avenues that I can take. I can become an agent, I can become a manager, I can pursue entertainment law, and oftentimes these are, or a writer or any of those things, and oftentimes these are the people who create the opportunities and hire the talent, so they actually have more power and the potential to make even more money than an artist. Artists oftentimes become passe, meaning that when you have after your 15 minutes of fame is over, it's over. But if I'm a writer, all I need to do is go find the next new hottest act. If I'm a manager and you're not hot anymore, you're not pop, I can sign somebody else. So those are, so also in terms of it's more longevity in those types of careers.
Okay, well, do you select or guide students that are in college into the various fields?
Um, well, we help steer them
Hmm.
just by giving them information. And again, we are not a music magazine, but that particular our next issue is our music issue,
Hmm.
and then the issue coming up after that is a Hollywood issue. We also have you have different issues throughout the year. We do 6 issues. We have a diversity issue. So we also talk to executives who work in corporate America, like you'll also
Hey,
find.
now that's very good there, because the business corporate America, that's something that's been going on in America, and has passed down from generation to generation. And like you say, it's individuals that actually knew the law, that their family hundreds of years later are still getting funds from it.
Well, basically, as generation to generation, as we make more inroads into corporate America, oftentimes, with regard to African Americans and minorities, we have to learn how to navigate
Right.
those waters.
Know the system.
So that know the system, so
Right.
that we can excel and we can try to reach the
And see,
top
that's
levels.
what you're doing.
Right.
Your,
Well, what
your
we do is we
organization.
bring top tier, executives to speak to students
Good.
about their about their experiences,
Right.
so that they can help them avoid some of the pitfalls and help them, understand how to again navigate those waters, how to conduct themselves in a corporate atmosphere, what you have to do.
Very important. It's very, very important. Just like you gave an example of Red Fox, all the time that he was in show business in various movies, et cetera, that he didn't have the entertainment lawyer, and he died broke.
Right. And he may have had one, but who knows who his entertainment was. Obviously, they didn't have their best interests at heart. So the point is to arm yourself with as much information as possible, and having exposure to these things empowers you. And so that's what we try to provide.
But with the
is
students.
exposure with the students. We try to provide them with information. One of the reasons why I wanted to be in publishing is because I believe that oftentimes we are influenced by our images and the images that we see in the media.
Right.
And unfortunately, people of color do not have a lot of power with regard to that. So our voice and our perspective oftentimes goes unheard. And so being able to gain some sort of or provide a platform with regard to who we are that's one of the things I wanted to do. When I ended up going to Howard University. I went to Howard University, but I started off at college in Niagara Falls. I'm from Buffalo, New York. At first I went to Niagara University, which is pretty much a predominantly white Catholic university. And I went kind of from one extreme to the other. So I came from there and I transferred to Howard University. But an interesting thing to me was that oftentimes the people that I would meet there would tell me, and this happened on a number of occasions, that wow, like they would be like amazed when they meet me, like, you're not like most black people. And I'd be like, what do you mean by that? And they'll be like, well, this and this and this and this. I was like, well, actually, those are the stereotypes that you're used to, that you see on
Right,
TV and the media.
certainly.
But actually, I'm just like most black people. I'm just one of the only black people that you've gotten an opportunity to meet and know intimately, on a day-to-day basis. You're going to classes with me. I live in the dorm with you, so you see how I interact. And it's not necessarily what is portrayed on TV. So you think I'm different because that's the only thing that you know.
Right. You've been exposed to.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But
right.
no, I'm actually just like most black people. And I mean, you have different elements in all in society in general. You have, in terms of the different classes and the different levels, in terms of socio-economical, it exists with every race.
Right, right. And really, what you're doing is so very important with not just music, just period, for inventions is one. You know, a lot of people invent things and they don't patent them and they don't get that protection. And they never, you know, get their benefits from it. But how do you get the students into the program? Do they join your organization?
No, we just publish a magazine, and the magazine is free for students on campus. And we also have a digital distribution where we distribute it on the web via our website and via our web partners. And you can get a digital download of the magazine because, as you know today, students, you know, they're a little different in terms of how they receive media. And
yeah, well, they have
iPods,
right?
They have
all this
iPads
improved technology,
right? So basically, it's available on. You can, you know, we ship it digitally as well, and that's actually more economical because printing is a big cost. But for the generation that we are targeting, that's how they want it. That's how they prefer it. Yeah.
Right. And communication line. How do you find the students' reception to the different guests that you have? How do you determine that?
Well, we determine it based on
subject matter.
The subject matter is, again, we're a lifestyle magazine, so we cover the gamut of issues. We cover lifestyle issues. We cover music. We cover politics. We cover fashion. We cover business. We cover career and recruitment and all of that. But the difference is that we write it from the perspective or with students in mind. So everything that we do, we may talk about the same thing that someone is talking about in Essence magazine or Ebony magazine or Vibe or whatever. However, we write it with the college student in mind. So we put it in context for a college student. So like the questions that we ask, say common or different, it might be a little different. Like we might ask him a question where you might not see in Essence about education and how important he thinks college is, or you know, what advice would he give to a college student aspiring to do what he does, like what kind of attributes, qualities, you know, they would need to have to be able to achieve something like that or whatever. So
well, actually you're very instrumental in helping a student decide what major they want to possess, you know, go after, because a lot of them don't have the information about these different careers, and we just use music. Well, they don't realize, you know, you just can't go out there and start singing, and you know, not protect yourself.
Well, with college students, oftentimes when they get to college, they have an idea of what they want to major in. Some of them don't. Some of them are undeclared.
Yeah,
but what we do is we do try to delve deeper and let them know all the opportunities that may exist within a particular field or industry aside from the obvious. But in addition to that, in saying that, we are actually launching a big initiatives with high schools. And that's we want to kind of be aspirational for high school students. So even though our content will still be geared mostly towards college students, but when you give it to a high school student, you already have them thinking on a higher level.
Well, the earlier the better.
Yeah,
that's a great idea, because I have 3 grandsons, and one, you know, want to be a doctor, and another one wants to be a masseur, and another one he wants to be a historian, you know. But exposure, I find, is one of the things that's lacking in our community.
Right, and that's what we want to provide.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Your organization provides this exposure so that the student can really make a educational guess or educational decision.
And you know, we use you know, entertainment and, you know, celebrities and noteworthy individuals kind of like as a draw, because that's what they're interested in, and that's what might make you pick it up versus if I just put on the CEO of Amtrak, you wouldn't know who that was. So but the point is, once you pick it up, you'll be able to find all that you want plus more. And so, and the information will be a little bit more substantive and useful, something that you can apply to your life. Not so we basically, we say that we are the uninhibited voice of a generation of youth reared on hip hop culture, and our intention is to entertain as well as to inspire.
And how do you make your very selection based on the subject? Who makes the decision on what subject you're going to emphasize?
Well, primarily I do, and it basically, revolves around hot topics, issues that are,
Politics.
of the day, yeah, politics and all that. So whatever is, going on, like Black History Month, forever we'll be doing Black History themed articles, but again, it'll be a little bit different than everybody else's because it'll be from a different perspective. And so, say for instance, if we're talking Black history and we're talking about inventors, like you said, or people who in the back, then we will also we will put that in a context for today, for students today, and so that they can figure out how they can accomplish something similar today and give them resources for what they can do if they want. If you were inspired by Benjamin Banneker, you know what you can do to be like Benjamin Banneker, or what new developments in that field that he spawned are going on right now that possibly you can get in on if you're interested in something like that.
And you operate right here in Bowie, Maryland, is that correct? Your office and everything is here. And as far as the student deciding, do you get involved with the different colleges as recruiting?
We have
recruitment.
Well, they advertise with us in our magazine, and we are in 2013 participating in some recruitment events. And like I said, that would be when we want to get
that
involved.
Sounds wonderful.
Okay.
I tell you. And it was unique how we met. Is I was out there trying to work with the to get appreciation awards together, and I had a problem, and you were finishing one of your jobs there, and we met, and I said I need an appreciation award. So in lieu of that, I'd like to present you with one of your own development certificate of appreciation award. Just let you know how things can really change just talking with people. And this appreciation award was designed by Avetta Ridgway and our company that we've been passing out for the last month. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to present her with one and keep up the good work as far as the Ed Brown Show. And this is the type of thing that we encourage young people getting involved, and what you're doing is just fantastic. I mean, this is what the young people need. They need someone out there for exposure and to protect them in the corporate world, in the political world, and that's what you're doing. You're covering the gamut. This is real life, the things that you're involved in, and I'd like to congratulate you and your organization for getting involved in things like that. And anytime you have one of those dynamic speakers or something like that, bring them on the show and we can talk about things. Okay, this has been Ed Brown. See you next time. Don't forget, have a nice holiday. Happy holiday and all that good stuff. You know, Santa Claus is coming to town.